From the moment the child stumbled into the workshop, clutching her trembling knees and fighting back tears, something in the air shifted, like the world had paused to hear her cry. The tough bikers, men known for their roaring engines and louder tempers, froze as they watched the little girl struggle to sit, her legs shaking, barely staying apart, as if held stiff by an invisible force. The moment she whispered those heartbreaking words, "I can't close my legs," silence swallowed the entire garage. Even the steel tools seemed to stop vibrating. The oldest biker, a man who had more scars than skin, felt his heart tighten as he saw the pain twisting across her tiny face. In that single moment, a wall of ruggedness broke inside every man there. If you believe kindness and second chances can change lives, please like, comment, share, and subscribe right now. Your support helps stories like this reach more hearts. The girl's name was Lily, a small 8-year-old with braids that had loosened from crying and a pink dress now smeared with dirt. The bikers recognized her. She often wandered near the workshop, fascinated by the chrome motorcycles and deep rumbling engines. Normally she was cheerful, spinning around as she counted the shiny bolts on the bikes, but today she was pale, trembling, and visibly in pain. The leader of the group, a tall, bearded man named Flint, knelt in front of her, feeling a fear he had not felt even on the most dangerous rides of his past. He watched Lily clutching near her thigh, her tiny fingers pressing hard as if trying to hold something inside or keep something from shifting painfully. The men exchanged glances filled with concern, guilt, and confusion. Something terrible had happened, and it was clear she hadn't come here by accident. Flint lifted her gently onto the workbench. The moment her legs stretched, Lily winced sharply and tears streamed down her cheeks. The bikers, men who had seen rough fights and hard days, suddenly felt like they were standing in the presence of something far more delicate and terrifying, a hurting child who had no one else to turn to. Lily wasn't just in physical pain, her expression was full of fear, like she had been hiding this injury for far too long, and today her strength had finally run out. Flint noticed bruised swelling near her thigh. It didn't look fresh. It looked like something she had been enduring in silence. The other bikers watched her silently, their tough exteriors dissolving as guilt washed over them. They remembered times she had shown up limping slightly, or sitting unusually stiff, and how they had simply assumed she was just clumsy or playful. None of them had asked. None of them had looked closely. And now she was sitting in front of them in agony because they had all looked away the first time. Flint took a slow breath, battling the weight pressing on his chest, and gently examined her injury. It became clear that the pain had grown worse because Lily had been hiding it, trying to walk normally, trying not to trouble anyone. He felt anger, not at her, but at himself, at the world, at whatever had caused this child to feel she had to suffer alone. The bikers sprang into action. One brought ice, another brought water, another cleaned the bench with trembling hands as if purifying a sacred space. They weren't trained medics, but they knew how to act fast when something mattered. Flint realized her injury wasn't from a fall or a simple accident. It was from something heavy, a broken part from a lawn mower that had slipped off a neighbor's shelf, crushing her leg days earlier. Lily had been too afraid to tell the adults around her because she feared getting them in trouble. Her innocent loyalty had only trapped her in pain. Flint swallowed the rage rising in him, not at the child, but at the negligence and the silence that had forced her to speak only when she could no longer bear the pain. He didn't waste another second. He carried Lily in his arms, his tattoos and gruff appearance contrasting painfully with the gentleness of his hold. The bikers followed on their roaring motorcycles like a protective wall around her. The moment they reached the town's small clinic, people stopped and stared. No one had ever seen the feared biker gang moving with such urgency for a child. Inside the clinic, once Lily was taken to the examination room, Flint paced outside like a father waiting for a verdict on his own child. When the doctor emerged and explained the severity of the injury, deep muscle inflammation, internal bruising, and infection beginning to set in, the room fell into a stunned hush. The doctor said one thing that struck Flint like a blow: if she had waited any longer, she might have lost her ability to walk normally. Flint felt his heart shatter. The girl who always ran around their workshop, who laughed when engines roared, who brought them tiny wildflowers and asked questions about every tool, had been moments away from losing the simple ability to run again. All because no one saw the signs early enough. The guilt was heavy, suffocating. But something else rose within him too, determination, fierce and immovable. News spread through the town within hours. People who had once crossed the street to avoid the bikers watched in disbelief as the group organized a fundraiser for Lily's treatment, repaired the neighbor's unsafe shed, and built a safe play space for her at the workshop, complete with soft mats, toys, and a special pink helmet with her name on it. The men who were once feared became symbols of unexpected compassion. If this story touched your heart, please take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Your support helps us bring real, emotional stories to more people. Before you go, comment below, should Flint officially adopt Lily or remain her guardian angel in the background? By the time Lily walked again, holding Flint's hand and smiling shyly at the crowd gathered for her welcome celebration, the whole town fell silent, not out of fear, but out of respect. They had learned something powerful. Sometimes the roughest hands protect the softest hearts, and sometimes the loudest engines carry the quietest acts of love.